Nah, fairs, man. What about this as well? I'm sure you guys, seen it since obviously Trent kind of made his decision. There's a lot being said about like Salah and Virgil's contract that we're accelerating it now because we need to kind of get it done. The club right now, I'll go to you, Sav. The club right now need to do something, bro, because it looks bad, in it. And I think the only way you kind of bring the fan base around or keep them a bit happy again is to announce these guys earlier than what you potentially wanted to, or even if you didn't want to, you're gonna have to now. There's no choice now. I think there's no choice. Once Trent made his decision, it's long days now. So what do you think? What do you think with this, man? Do you think there's anything to it? Do you think Salah will sign and stay and all of the above?
I honestly don't know, man. I think the reason why they're telling us this is because the Trent thing just dropped this week. They're trying to buy it a bit of time in it. As long as you tell people that it's getting closer and keep dropping the adjectives to make it sound like we're nearly there, keeps people hanging on, not noticing. Before you know it, the Premier League games are back. We don't care anyway. The season's done, and then they'll do it properly. So, realistically, they've not given me anything as a fan to say, "Oh yeah, Salah's staying or not," at all. Same with Virgil. I have no idea. So, but if he's not, and they already have an idea that he's not staying, then you would hope that they're already trying to sort something out of what to bring in next, and they got the scouts out looking in certain areas and that. But I have no idea at all, man. I'm sure Slot wants to know more than anyone because he probably want to make plans for the following season, and he probably doesn't want any more distractions for the rest of this season either. But I don't know, man. It's very. I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of bored of it now, man. Like it's just constant every day, and nothing's changed. If anything, man, I'm glad the Trent stuff came out because at least that's progress. The Trent thing, because now we know.
Yeah.
The other two is just hanging. Like if they hang with somebody, Fred, and they get to the end of the season, they both leave. Then what? Getting the Trent treatment as well, because that's even worse. Then.
Yeah.
Are you playing FM now, G?
No. I turned it off before we started.
No, because like when you play FM and you get
you mean in general? Yeah.
You get like a notification that says that Man City scouts are looking at blah blah blah. It's normally Jude Bellingham, like every single couple of weeks. It's the same. It's just boring now. Like all they do is keep on changing the wording. Negotiations are getting better. Negotiations are getting better and better. Like, shut up now.
I think monitoring's the one in it. They love that.
Yeah. And then Salah comes out and goes, "No, they haven't said nothing."
What it is with me, right? And this is where, again, this is my personal opinion, and I kind of struggle with it. Is I don't see in any world, right, that Liverpool have not proposed anything to these guys, right?
They definitely have.
And if they have, I doubt it's on less than what they're on right now. So the only thing I logically can put into my head is that it's a time thing.
Contract time.
For me, if they love the club the way they keep talking about, right, and we wanted to talk about loyalty and all of this, because we've been like the narrative has been, especially regarding Trent, is it's the loyalty to the club. You're not showing the loyalty to the club, right? Mm-hmm. Irrespective of what I think personally, I don't think they're doing anything wrong. The players is they should have just signed what they've been given. They're on the same amount of money. They love the club. They want to stay here. It's progressing well. Why not get year on year? In a year's time, right? The same narrative we use. In a year's time, Salah can go to Saudi, right? If he's poor, Saudi will still be there. Virgil, there's loads of teams that will take Virg, but ultimately for me, it's like, and just knowing that how their game is just at lower level anyway, is they're looking at it from a monetary standpoint. Is I want more money or a length for time, right? So ultimately, they're saying the length for time and the money is more important than this supposed love that we keep talking about, right? About the club. So I don't understand why the narrative, right, regarding Trent is, yes, Trent's decision is to play, which it is 100% because they definitely offered him something. But regarding Virgil and Salah, right, the fact that they haven't signed right now, they haven't been clear for me personally. And again, people can disagree. They have not said, again, recently, I want to stay and we're going to try and sort something out. It's, I love the club. The fans love me. They use these adjectives, as Sav has said, to twang the fans into thinking, well, clearly he wants to stay because he said he loves the club. But when Trent said, I want to be captain and I want to be this, You're using that as a stick to beat him with. He said that, but now he's going here. So my concern is, right, it's gotten to this point. It's like, it would have been signed by now. You think these players, right, thinking of their future, are just going to wait until the last day and then off the whim be like, oh yeah, we're moving to France. What? He's got a family, bro. He's got a family. Like, if he's going to France, that's been organized already.
Of course, bro.
Same thing with Rudiger when he left to go Real Madrid, and it came out later on. It wasn't an off the whim thing. Same with the Trent thing. It's not been an off the whim thing. I'm not going to wait to get evicted from my yard before I start looking for a yard. Do you know what I mean? If they're saying my tenancy agreement's finishing up right now, I'm looking from a month, 2-3 months beforehand, and I'm making sure I've got stuff in place, even if it means I've got to go back to my mum's or whatever. I'm not waiting until the last day and then making a decision. What I'm going on Rightmove and trying to find a yard. No.
That's a really good point. Like, it takes months to sell a house.
Of course,
exactly. So, and you're talking about decisions that not only affect himself and the player, it's the girl, the family. They might have a family unit. They might have a support system there that they're leaving. When it comes to, obviously, I don't know. I'm just putting this stuff out there. But these are things that they've put in place. So for me, the longer this goes on, it's just like, like, what are you going to do if they sign? And this is where this is how it makes sense to me. If they sign, this is Liverpool trying to save face because they're really scared and they give the players what they want. But at this moment in time, they're not doing that. So if they're staying and if they end up staying, this isn't because of love. This isn't because of love of the club. This is because for themselves, it makes sense to them. And it always has been when it comes to contracts.
Yeah.
Even when they talk about the love and you talk about Steven Gerrard, it's an ego thing. It's, I don't want to be viewed as this person, me personally. It's not because I love the fans and love the club. It's, I might have to come back to Liverpool and I don't want to have that affinity or that, I don't want that pressure of coming back and there's issues. It's all to do with oneself. It's a personal decision. So that I don't know, man. Like, for me, I think they're gone. I think they're gone, man.
Wow.
Nice. Jay said that perfect still. Can't even lie, bro.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it. Couldn't have said it any better. Like,
Do you say
employees? They're employees. They work for a company. Like,
so you think they're all gone then, Jay? You said.
I personally think they've all gone, and I think the difference in how they've done it is, I think Trent was in a situation where, because he's the youngest one, right? They've tried to convince Trent to sign because they know there's monetary value, there's an asset there. Keep him at the club. Use the, I mean, he's the local lad, given the vice captaincy and stuff. He's waiting for Trent and Salah, Virgil and Salah to sign, and also looking at what other club. And probably this has been discussed. What are you going to do to help this team right now? What players are you signing? Because you told us Zubimendi, we only got Chiesa, right? Yeah, and yes, we're winning the league right now, but what's the future step? So if Salah does go, who are we getting? We might get Mbeumo. What? No. Salah left. You're talking to me about Semenyo and Mbeumo. Well, all right, cool. If Virgil leaves, who you're getting? Yeah, Huijsen looks really good. Yeah, he's a baller, but that's not Virg, right? So ultimately for me, right, if Liverpool showed a bit of ambition, whether it's signing these guys up, right, or there was a plan, and this is what they discussed. For the next 5-year plan, this is what we're looking to do. These are the players we're looking to sign, right? I don't think they've just convinced Trent enough, personally, right? Hence, he's looked at, I mean, teams away. And I think when you look at Virgil and Salah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They're looking at it from a monetary standpoint, right? And they're like, well, you're not going to give me what you're getting. This is my last contract. I've won everything there is to win. We're talking about Virgil as the best ever. How is it going to get? Yeah, you can win another Premier League, but you could go to Serie A and win a Serie A, and then it's like, all right, I won a league there as well. But I'm going to get more money for my family because you're thinking of retirement now. They're in a different situation. So, I don't know, man. I think they're all gone.
It does feel like Trent thought he was doing the right thing, and it by being quiet. When you look at it from because obviously he's never moved club before, innit? Do you want to have moved different?
And I think he'd have to. I think personally he'd have to stay quiet because
same.
He's the one, right, that can't come out and say, I love the club, and then even if they didn't sign him and he said, I love the club, I want to stay, and didn't sign, because he's a local lad, they'll still look at it like there's an issue. The fans would still look at it like, because you're a local lad, you've left. With Virgil and Salah, it's completely different, right? They're at a different time of their career, right? It's nearing the end. We're going to have to move them on anyway in 2 years' time, 3 years max, right? So it's like, yeah, I want to stay. I love the club. That doesn't mean anything to me. If you love the club, just sign then.
When Salah said that at the Man U game, that time after the Man U game, and he said, this is probably my last time playing. It's going to be my last time playing at Old Trafford. Remember, he said that earlier in the season, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it means he's going," and all that stuff. The narrative wasn't, "Oh, Salah, you get out of my club and all this," but you're not. It was all, "Let's just enjoy what we got at the Egyptian King for the rest of the season," and that. Brother, Trent said, "I'm not speaking about anything," and it's all. And I can imagine if he had said anything, that was way earlier in the season. See all the goals and assists we got from Trent and some good performances. It wouldn't have happened, bro, because they would have been on this case like they are now for a whole season.
Do you think? 2 points. Can I just mention something on Trent, and then obviously something on the other 2 contracts? Brilliant stuff, by the way, Jerry. Like, I haven't had that point of view of anyone, to be fair. Not in that context. With the Trent one, do you think Trent was just toeing the line for Real Madrid? Because no one comes out and talks about like that kind of stuff who's going to Real Madrid. Like, there was a number of players that were going to Real Madrid, and they just kept stump. Like, and obviously there was stuff that got done with players like, you know, you've got Alphonso Davies, for example. Like, he was nailed on to go to Real Madrid. Like, everybody knew that he wanted to go. He was interested in it, and he never said a word about it. And then the club managed to get him back, like, and he signed a new contract. Then you got Mbappe. Mbappe didn't really talk about it. Like, the first time round when it didn't happen, everybody knew he was going. Then it didn't happen, and then it all went quiet. And then it was
but they did, because they just started subbing him off.
So do you think there's an element because Perez has said, hasn't he? Like, he talks a lot of stuff anyway. Well, Perez has said that if you come into Real Madrid, you have to play the game. Like, as in, you have to do everything that we say, otherwise we won't go for you. So do you feel like he shut his mouth? He hasn't said nothing because Real Madrid have said, "Look, don't tell anyone that you're coming to us. Like, we don't announce it early. Like, all the media stuff will come from our side. Then we'll put pressure on your club."
I'd be interested to hear what these guys have to say. But me personally, I think what's happened, right, is he's known that Real Madrid are interested in him, right? Whether you know about interest, so agents will talk, and you know, like, they're looking at you, or he'll go to a game, and all of a sudden you got Perez's man them in, do you know what I mean, in the Champions League final, and they're watching, and then they're speaking to his brother, so they'll know that there's interest there. I think what's accelerated this whole process, right, is I think for a long time the departures of, right, what's happened with Thiago, in my opinion, with Mane leaving, Bobby leaving, Hendo leaving, Robbo looking like he's on his last legs, Virgil, you know what I mean, obviously they're not being able to go and sign yet, Salah not being able to sign, thinking, and Jurgen Klopp as well, a massive one.
Alisson Konate next season on the last year.
Alisson Konate next season, but he's looking at it thinking, that I was part of that team, right? Now, do I want to be part of this rebuild, right? When Jurgen Klopp, right? And I think Jurgen Klopp was the one that for me was like, the best to describe it is like, you know, the auntie or the grandma that holds the family together, right? So no matter what, because it's Klopp there, they believe in what that is. With Slot, it's a completely different dynamic. It's now a manager that's learning his trade. It's a manager that hasn't got the same pull. And yes, they're doing well right now. But we've seen it this season. He's subbing him off. He's taking him off. Now, we speak about Trent's legacy and talk about, he's so important. The narrative we've had even on this channel, right, is discussions about, should Bradley play? Trent, your defending is not good. Now, those are all valid points. But from his perspective is, I was under a manager